There are a lot of people that are confused and too stubborn to think otherwise. They're all saying stuff like, oh, this coronavirus is way worse than we thought. It's not the virus that's worse than we thought. And it's not, there's actually nothing going on worse than we thought. People are overreacting as expected. The more time goes on, the more people get used to having all these luxuries and all these great things. I mean, this has nothing to do with the virus. But when people are used to things being a certain way, people are addicted to the way their life used to be. And now things are changing. Things aren't going to be the way they used to be. The old generation is addicted to the idea of reform in policy. That's not happening anymore. It's not going to happen anymore. And when people try to enforce it, the ones that are going to try to enforce it are going to cause themselves harm because people are going to fight back. And the people that are fighting back are going to be harmed by the people who want to enforce it because the people enforcing it have no idea what they're really doing. And the people fighting back are just defending their own right, their right to be alive, their right to have their own say. Now, when it comes down to doing certain things, fighting each other and killing each other and harming each other should be the one thing you don't do no matter what. So we can find a way to do all these things without fighting and hitting and killing and striking and all that kind of shit. But that's what we have to work on. So, there's people out there that are so stubborn, thinking like, what they've heard. They always go back to the information they've heard or they've read or they've been told since they grew up. And I'm like, where are you getting this stuff? Quit watching TV and just taking census polls and thinking that's what's what. Because it's not. It's nothing. Those are just ideas. Everything that you see can be manipulated or fabricated. So realize that you have to find out what's real for yourself. And once you do that, you'll see what's really happening. It takes a little while. It's not like you're just going to meditate for one time and be like, the answers to the world are here. It takes a long time. There's not a set time, but it takes effort. And once you put in that right effort and you get that actual, you'll know when you know. So put it that way. But all this stuff going on right now is people over worrying. And it's not that you take it lightly because I thought it was a big joke at first. And it is a big joke to me because I understand it and there still is no such thing as a coronavirus. But they call it that, so sure. But now I see how people are they're overreacting so much that they're instilling more fear. And the installation of fear is causing death. It's causing death around people that are too afraid. If you're too afraid, you can die. And it's one of those things where we can boost our immune systems by doing certain things knowingly. We have a country that, is discontinuing all these transportations of all kinds of things. I work for a bread company, which is a staple food, and we're getting cut half our stuff. But I go to the store and see there's no shortage on cigarettes and e-cigs and stuff like that. Like, where's the sense in this? How does this make any sense to anyone? Why are you still producing cigarettes when there's a pandemic of lung and respiratory infections? Think about what we're doing here. And people themselves should just back up off stuff. Just relax a little bit. It's time. We're all changing. We're adjusting. Realize at one point in time we know of Cro-Magnon man and cavemen, right? Well, now there's no cavemen, but there's human beings. Well, we've come to a time where there may not be no more human beings as we know them because we're going to the next level. And that's basically what's happening. So, what can you say? And now the third shift stores are closed. Oh man, I can't get gas. I pulled up to one just now and it's closed. Hot diggity. Oh man. And quit saying things like, the world's coming to an end. Because the world as we know it is gone. It's just time is taking a little bit of time to get rid of all those old things that remain. It doesn't have to be the people. It has to be the ideology. Like the ideas and the ways of life from before are gone. They can't come back. They're only memories. And the more we hold on to them, the more we're destroying the possibility of our complete future. So we got to make steps, people. Let's work together. Instead of speculating what we can do to get back what we had, let's speculate and actually come up with an idea, formulate a plan of what we can do with what we're going into. How about that?